Hey everybody, Rob with WePayOffDebt.ca coming at you today to address the question, I've got a new baby, what do I do? And first off, if you're watching this, congratulations, that's awesome. But before we get into that, I want to share with you my community platform. I've actually got a cell phone text number that you can text and ask questions to. So please do. It's 204-81-36-133. Text that number. Just say, hey, how you doing? And I reply to every message I get. So please text me 204-81-36-133. So with that, let's get into it. So first off, congratulations. If you're watching this, that's so awesome. I'm so excited for you that you have a new baby, boy or girl. You're excited. You've got lots of things going on, and lots of people take this as the initiative, the reason that they really start to get control of their money. So this is a great opportunity for you. So I'm really excited for you. So first thing I would say, number one thing you've got to do now that you've got that baby, you want to prepare financially for that. Number one thing you got to do is get on a budget. You've got to get on a budget. So what I would say with that is it's a zero-based budget. I'll put some links in the description down below on how to budget and what that looks like. But a plan for where your money is going to go, absolutely essential at this point. You've got a baby, and there's a lot more steps here that I'm going to talk about that are all riding on you actually having control of your money. That baby is riding that baby's future, especially their college years, are riding on you having control of your money. So a budget is the number one most important thing you got to do. So get on that, okay? Number two, life insurance. This is super important. You have a baby now. This is something really important to take care of. You've got to get life insurance. Now, what does that look like? Basically, think about it this way. You put life insurance not on the baby's life. God forbid, that'd be a horrible situation. But you don't put the reason for life insurance is to protect the people that are relying on your income. So think about it right now. If you are making an income or your spouse is making an income, what would life be like if they suddenly died? That can get really tough really fast, right? If you start realizing that if you're the stay-at-home mom and you start realizing that, oh my gosh, my entire life is riding on my husband's income and we've got no life insurance, if he died? I don't know what we would do. Or on the other hand, if you're the husband and you realize, oh my gosh, my wife isn't completely relying on my income, or you guys have a split, like my family, my wife and I both work, especially in the younger years of our marriage, while we were in debt, while we were struggling financially. If either of us had died, it would have been an absolutely crippling, not only emotionally crippling thing, right? Spiritually crippling thing, but it would have been a financially crippling thing because we make about the same. Like we have about a 50-50 household in that way financially. And that would have cut our income a lot, right? In half. You just can't do that. Like we'd have to radically change our lives in addition to all the pain, in addition to all the pain that's going on at that point. So you need to get life insurance. That's on each person making an income, roughly 10 to 12 times your income is a good number. So if you're making $100,000 a year, you'd want $1 million to 1.2. If you're making 50, that'd be about $500,000 to $600,000 a year. And the point, the 10 to 12, where that comes from, is just the amount you want to be able to at least take that money, stick it into investment that's making 8 to 10%, and make back that income. That's it. Replace your income. So that's the whole point of life insurance, is to replace an income. And so 10 to 12 times your income for each person working. If one of them is a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home dad, for instance, you probably, you want to be able to say, well, what would it take for me, if I'm out working and my wife's staying at home, what would it take for me to hire somebody to do those kind of things that she does? Because stay-at-home moms, they work their butts off. They work incredibly hard. What would it take for me to hire somebody to actually help with that kind of stuff, right? I have to hire Mary Poppins, right? And that might cost $300,000, that might cost $400,000, that might cost $50,000 a year, might cost $70,000. I don't know what such a person would make, but usually $300,000 to $400,000 of insurance is usually a good number for that. So that's where we're at. Number three is, and this is probably what you were thinking of when you clicked on this video, is college, is RESPs. So if you don't know what an RESP is, it's a government program which allows you to actually invest money to save for your child's education, which is awesome. Education is very, very expensive. We want to find a way to deal with this. We want to find a way to save up. And the government gives you a great benefit to it. They give you a grant on it. The way this works is for every dollar you put in, they'll give you 20% instantly on your money, up to a max of $500 per year. And so the ideal is then to put in 20. Brain fart is to put in $2,500 a year. Sorry, brain fart there. To put in $2,500 a year per child. And what that will do, the government will give you 20% on that, which is $500 a year as a grant. And that's what an RESP is. Then you put the RESP into mutual funds that are making 10 to 12%, the same place you put your retirement. And that money will now grow. Not just the money you put in, the $2,500, but also the $500. And that money will compound and compound and compound. And this is one of the biggest things for us since we've gotten out of debt. The sheer magnitude of the amount of money we've been able to put away for college has just blown my mind. And to see that money compounding every single month, to see that growing every single month, absolutely exciting to me, to see that both our boys. So now with that, if you're watching this video and you've already got kids and you're feeling a little bit behind on that, maybe you just got out of debt and you're trying to deal with that. That's where we were when we got out of debt. Our kids were 3 and 7. And so we're already behind in some sense. He feels behind. We hadn't done anything for our ESPs at that point, nothing for education. But you're actually allowed to even catch up on a previous year. So when I say $2,500 per year per child, yes, but also up to $2,500 more for a year you missed. If you didn't do it a year, if you didn't do any a year in the past, you can do $2,500 for that year too. So it's an amazing, amazing program. You want to get that grant for sure, and you want to get investing this into a place where it's going to make good return, so that your kids will be able to go to college, no problem, no student loans, and they will be set up in a way that you maybe were not, and I certainly was not set up in that way. So yeah, absolutely incredible. Make sure to get that done. The other thing, the last thing I'll point out, is something people don't usually think about, is retirement. When I got kids, I want to make sure that not only are my kids going to be able to go to college, but I want to make sure that they're going to be able to not have to worry about me, right? I want to be able to retire with dignity at the point where I'm not requiring money from them to support me. I'm not requiring money from them or a place to live with them, because I have my own place to live, at the very least in a home that I can afford, right? Somewhere where I'm going to get taken care of and get my needs met, and they don't need to be burdened in that way. So retirement, I would actually put that as a higher priority as compared to kids' college, because you are going to retire. A kid might not go to college. There's nothing wrong with not going to college. Lots of people make tons of money without going to college. Tons of people have a great life without going to college. Going to college is not a requirement for everybody. Retirement, assuming everything goes well, retirement is, right? We're going to be around. We're going to stick around. We're not going to be wanting to work for the rest of our lives. So to have money in retirement. So after you've got, so I'd walk you straight out the baby steps with this. Is baby step 1, $1,000 starter emergency fund. Baby step 2, pay off all consumer debt. Baby step 3, get a fully funded emergency fund of 3 to 6 months expenses. Once you've got that, 15% of your income going into retirement. Okay, so just take your entire yearly income, multiply by 0.15 and divide that by 12. Put that amount of money into retirement, into mutual funds, making 10, 12% every single month for the rest of your life until you retire. Okay. Then after that, now build baby step 5, which is kids' college. So now you start putting money into your kids' college fund, and that hopefully is going to be $2,500 at least per child. We actually reached a point last year where we actually managed to do the entire thing to max out both children with a previous year. So with 2 kids, we put in $10,000 into our RESPs last year, and it felt incredible. Incredible. And the only reason we could do that is because we're debt free. We got the emergency fund. We're living on way less than we make. That's the important thing. So, hopefully that brings you some value today. Have a good one. Please comment below if you have any questions, anything you'd like me to cover in a future video. And again, shoot me a text, 204-81-36-133. Have a good one. We'll talk to you again.